You know when IGN gives this a 5 out of 10 and a bunch of movie influencers hate on this, that it's gonna be a good movie. Captain America Brave World is not a part of Steve Rogers' franchise. This is Sam Wilson's first solo movie and it should be taken as such, so don't compare it to the other 3 films. This feels like a Sam movie, and if you've read the comics and watched the TV show, then you know what I mean. Just like in comic book fashion and in the MCU, they mix plot elements from past movies and characters to mix it into the story, and I liked it. Some people are trying to say this is a Hulk sequel without the Hulk, and you're just wrong. Captain America and the new Falcon Torres find themselves stuck in between an attack on the president and a global plot that could send the nations into war. Movies and shows to watch to be caught up on this are obviously the first Hulk movie, any movie starring Falcon, and then the TV show Falcon and the Winter Soldier with the Eternals sprinkled in. We are thrusted in the action in the very beginning with Cap taking on Sidewinder, who's a part of the Serpent Society. I did hear that they cut other members of this organization from the film, which is kind of a bummer. I will say it does kind of suck that they didn't want to stick closely to how a lot of these snake villains look from the comics, and yes, I know they do look a little cheesy and they're very old characters, so they probably wouldn't translate very well, but I think if they tried, they could have updated them and modernized them to make them look cool. But instead, we just get a bunch of guys who look like a mercenary group. Esposito, who plays Sidewinder, isn't a deep or big villain in this, but it is fun to see him go up against Captain America because he has some cool moments. Also, I feel like Sam is getting a lot better at throwing the shield than Steve was because he trains a lot and you can really tell. The main villain of the film, Samuel Stearns, was pretty good in my opinion. I can understand why they changed the leader's design from the comics because he does have a huge head in the comics, and I feel like either it didn't translate well and they did try and it just looked goofy, or they thought people were just going to complain and say he looks really dumb, so they just went with the latter and toned it down a little bit. Do I wish they did more comic book accurate? Yes, but oh well. The plotline leading into Ross turning into the Red Hulk was honestly really cool. I also like the inclusion of Isaiah Bradley in this. Using the subplot from the TV show, I think they did perfectly, and also getting to see him finally use his powers instead of just throwing something really hard in the TV show was really cool to see. The new character Sabra was alright. I'm not the biggest fan of the actress that they picked. I understand that she had an illness when she was younger that stunted her growth, but it just looks like a little kid is following them around the whole time because she's barely 5 foot. So it was kind of hard to take her seriously, and she also had one action scene that was just okay, I guess. Torres is one of my new favorite characters in this movie. I liked all the scenes that he was in, and seeing him work alongside Sam was really cool. We get about 6 action scenes in this movie, and some standouts were the beginning church fight scene, the one-on-one fight with Sidewinder, the fight with Captain America and Falcon over the sea with the jets, and obviously Red Hulk, when they were all great. Not since Avengers Age of Ultron have we had a Hulk character like this. Red Hulk brings the destruction, and it was awesome to see. I also like that they used the tech on Sam's suit to fight Red Hulk, because without that, he would have been screwed. There wasn't much about this movie that I didn't like. Sure, there's a few things here and there that I think could have been better, but it's definitely not the worst film ever, nor is it a bad movie in general. This is definitely a middle-of-the-road Marvel movie. In all, I like the story, I like the characters, I like how they're still pushing along, adding new stuff to the MCU, like finally we get Adamantium, which is really cool. All the action was entertaining, and I just enjoyed this film, and I can't wait to see what Marvel brings us next. That's why I give Captain America the Brave and the Bold an 8.5 out of 10. If you guys like this review, hit that like button. If you guys want to see more, hit that subscribe button, and as always, thanks for watching.